Hello! I am in my office, and for context, today is actually 1st of January. Today is New Year's Day. I think you're watching this 2 weeks later, but today is the new year. And of course, USPS is not operating today, but I want to get ahead of my shipping, get my shipping done for tomorrow so I can just set it out, and then hopefully the post person can pick it up tomorrow so that I can go thrifting tomorrow. I don't even have to go into the office. So today we've got a big ol' ship with me, shipping all of my sales from most of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. And actually today has been a really good sales day. Knock on wood, like it's a really good start to the month. I mean, it's been a very, very good. I wouldn't say it's like incredible, but I've had like about $280 in sales, and I'm aiming for, that's essentially what I'm aiming for, so I'm on track. Aiming for like $250. And so I've got my list here. I'm gonna grab everything we need to ship out, and that's essentially gonna be the video because I don't have that much time today to do my gels because I've been spending time with family and cleaning our house. That's what we're gonna do. And so today is gonna be just kind of like a ship with me, and we have about $750 worth of sales to ship out. So let's get to it. So what I have been doing this past week is going through all of my inventory and basically doing an audit, making sure that I have it listed. Because when I moved my office space, I basically went through and made a list essentially of what I had. But then now I did kind of the other half where I am going through what's listed online, seeing if what I have is there and if I have things that I, just basically checking the discrepancy between those two things. So I have noticed that there are a lot of things that I have that aren't listed. I have a long list of those things. I have like 26 things. At some point this week I need to list. So that's nice, just having 26 listings. I've already photographed them and created listings for them. I just need to get them listed. And I have also been dropping prices on things and making sure that they're cross-listed everywhere. So I've been doing a lot of cross-listing, a lot of dropping of prices this week, which has helped generate sales, I think. For sure, there are some sales that just would not have happened if I had not have done that. So I will share that. But I think that has been something that's been really good going into the new year, just making sure that all my inventory is accounted for. And it's something that I had really neglected for a long time. Clearly, because I have like 20 something things. Actually, I had more. I've already done some of it. So I probably have 40 to 50 things that I just had but were not listed. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and pull these things and then we'll do shipping. So I'm gonna do this as fast as I can. All right, let me mark, set, go. Okay, so I got my stuff. Actually, I think I need to grab one more thing, an accessory. I'll show you where I keep my accessories. I keep my accessories in these little blue bins that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just have them in little quart size bags. And then I have accessories. So I have different stations for different things. So I have oversized, I have accessories, and then I have my regular inventory is just A through R. And then I have shoes, boot boxes, etc. But I actually sold a tie. There was one time I went to the bins and I picked up a bunch of ties, and I haven't since. Definitely something that's very lightweight, easy to list, and something I should definitely consider picking up more of in the future. All right, so let's ship and go over what sold. Let's start with eBay. Just printed out all my Poshmark labels, but I like to do eBay first, get it out of the way. And I have fewer sales on eBay. So I have 6 sales on eBay, 0 sales on Mercari, and then however many, 10 plus sales on Poshmark. So my first sale on eBay was a pair of new tag NYDJ 0 Petite jeans. I know I don't know, but I'm fairly certain I sourced these at a thrift with me. But I couldn't remember, I probably can't remember which one. But I got these at a Goodwill, and I was a little bit iffy about getting zero petite, but they were half off. And so I decided to just go ahead and take a gamble. The Maryland black jeans by NYDJ, I find in my experience, sell really well. So, and they were new with tag, and they were half off, so I just went ahead and picked them up. And they didn't take too long to sell. They sold in 82 days, so not bad. And I had them listed for $45, and I sent 30% off offers on I don't know, what's it called? Offers to watchers is the eBay term. And I'm gonna run out of stickers. Dang it, I ordered more, but they haven't come in. Sent out 30% off offers to watchers, and so that it sold for $31.50 plus shipping, and my cost of goods was only $5, so I had a gross profit, oh wait, no, that's not right. So I had a gross profit of $17.66 after shipping and fees. So, not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with the performance of that piece. NYDJ is one of my favorite bread and butter brands to sell still. I'm learning to be a little bit more selective with it, and it's of course one that at the bins is more of a no-brainer. I'm definitely much more selective with what I'll be willing to pay up for when it comes to NYDJ. Yeah, I was happy with that result. Okay, next is a pair of Patagonia men's board shorts that I got at the bins. I think I've had these for a little bit of time because I just reduced the price on them. And then of course when you reduce the price on them, people send you offers for additionally less, so but it's fine. I've had it 485 days, so I'm happy, and it's from the bins. I'm happy to move it out. I had it listed for $35. I received an offer for $20 plus $5.99 shipping, so I just went ahead and accepted it. How with the old and with the new? Especially things from the bins, I've had it longer than a year. I will be accepting that offer. But still, since my cost of goods was so low, I still profited $17.01. Okay, and I pick up everything Patagonia at the bins. I know some things are just going to sell for less and take longer to sell, case in point, but it still is such a solid seller for me that I am not selective when it comes to Patagonia at the bins. At the regular Goodwill, they mark it up so much typically here that I have to be selective. They force my hand. Okay. Next sale was another bins find, and it was this Athleta shirt. I know I found this in a vlog probably a couple weeks ago and showed y'all. It's this really nice, I love this color. I don't know what they call this color, but to me it's like a nutmeg. And I could see, what do they call it? A mahogany, similar, size large. It was from a very recent season of Athleta, and I love picking up Athleta. Of course, I didn't list it for much and it didn't sell for too much, but it sold rather quickly. Listed it for $30 and it sold 30% off again for $21 plus $5.99 shipping. My profit was $15.58 and it sold after only 22 days. Okay, next sale was this Ted Baker tie. Again, I've had a lot of these sales were just really solid bins, bread and butter sales, which I'm happy with. I'm gonna sell this type of inventory, then I just need to sell more of it. But anyways, I had this a little while. It was a Ted Baker 100% silk tie that again I got at the bins. I had it listed for $40 and someone sent me an offer for $20 and I had it for 341 days. So I accepted $20 plus $4.99 in shipping, which resulted in a profit of $14.63. And then my very good sale that I'm very happy about. I had this sale yesterday on New Year's Eve, the last day of the year, and it was from an old Liquidation Palette. I've had it quite a while. It is this new without tags Lafayette 148 Copley bomber jacket. Honestly, more of like a sweater. I don't know if that was the style name or if that's what Tomas opted to name it. But anyway, I had it listed for $250. I received an offer for $175, which I accepted, plus shipping. I had it 622 days. So $175 sale on the last day of January made me very happy. Or the last day of 2023, rather. And I will give them my very last MOGIBETH sticker as a thank you. Okay, and that resulted in a profit of $141.62. So, yay! Happy day. Love sales like this. That's the thing about Lafayette 148 is it does take a little bit of time to sell sometimes. And bigger sizes are going to do better. And more recent pieces are going to do better. Brand that's been around a while. So it's anytime someone says this brand doesn't sell anymore or whatever, especially when it comes to brands like Eileen Fisher, Lafayette 148, brands that there's just so many pieces that have been created because it's just, there's a long history of that brand. There's always some truth to that, but really it's so style dependent and there's a lot of nuance, but I make those statements too. And then I gotta jump to my 2024 sales because I had one eBay sale today and it was this Lovers and Friends Evelyn quarter zip, and this definitely sold because I just lowered the price on it. It was listed like so high, like $100 or something. And so I lowered the price to $60, which was really good. I mean, there are things that when I priced them however many years ago, they probably did command a little bit more than today, and I just have not updated the pricing since. But this one definitely needed a price adjustment, and I'm glad it got one because after I listed it for $60, I received an offer on eBay for $50, which is a great offer, and I accepted that. I literally think changed the price last night, so it was a fast result from that change. But yeah, I had this for 992 days. It's a long time. And I made a profit of $26.31. So very, 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 very happy to see it go. It really is a really cute piece. I'm glad it's finally out the door. Okay, so time for Poshmark. My first sale on Poshmark was this new tag Madewell Donegal sweater. I had a couple of these left over that I've had a long time from liquidation, and during my inventory audit I lowered the price to $35 because these are new tag Madewell sweaters, but I've had them for so long, and someone accepted, or someone just purchased it outright for full price for $35. It's an extra small, which is probably why it's taken so long, but I also have a size large, I think, that has yet to sell. So I've already been questioning my pricing strategy, my former pricing strategy, but this changing of the prices is definitely making me question it more because it seems like my previous strategy was kind of price high, but then send 30% off offers, which is what I do. And not price high, but price as high as I could when you take into consideration available comps and sold comps. But now I'm starting to think, okay, price low, and people will just send you, first of all, they might buy outright, but then they might send you reasonable offers, because I've just gotten like many reasonable offers today, and then just send lower, I would send like 20% off offers. So I don't know, we will see where I land, but I definitely think I'm going to start pricing lower, and then I might just adjust, move from 30% off automatic offers to likers to 20% off at some point. I had this sale, I had this item for 1,211 days, so it's good to see it go, and it's good to have a full price sale from it, you know, after changing the price. That is what happened, and I had a gross profit of $22, so that's good too. Off camera, I just went ahead and organized all my shipping labels, tore them all apart, and put them in order, so just to maximize some efficiency here. And then this is also sold because I lowered prices. So I guess the overarching message of this ship with me is that if you are in need of sales, it might be worth your time to just go through your closet and lower some prices. I didn't get a single sale from like the closet clear out notifications that are sent out, like, oh, you know, buy it now and you'll get $3.99 shipping or whatever. Not a single sale. But I mean, I was mainly doing this at night, doing this work at night, so not buying BY, but I wasn't doing it so late that people weren't up. But anyway, not a single sale, and I lowered probably hundreds of prices. But what the sales came from was a few days later, and it'll probably continue, where it will increase my sales just because it will appear higher in people's search, people who are searching low to high, and you know, people are more likely to click on something. It's gonna have a higher click-through rate with a lower price. So anyway, this sale was one of my luckiest days at the bins. If I can find it, I'll link this bins haul. I think it might be the one where I said that someone stole something from my cart. I think that's the bins haul. I'll link that one. I think that's what it was. But I found just a lot of designer inventory that day. It was just a really, really good bins day. And one of the designers I found a lot of stuff from, like 4 pairs of pants, was this designer called Hope, which I never heard of, but it's definitely a Bolo brand. And this was the news trouser and a taper leg. I had previously had it listed for over $100, but then I lowered the price to $90, and then someone accepted my offer to like her of $62. So it was a really good sale, and it resulted in a gross profit of $46.48. It took a little bit over a year to sell, but I think it's because I just had it priced too high. As soon as I lowered the price, it sold. That is definitely going to be a obstacle to making sales if you just have your prices too high, and I think for a lot of my inventory I did. But it's alright, you can always change it. You can always change the price. Can't change the inventory you select though. Next is this Lulu's dress that I also got from the bins. I had it for 404 days. Lulu's was a brand I was picking up a ton of, and now, especially at a regular Goodwill, I've definitely slowed down in terms of picking it up. Like, I've just recently been passing on like basically all Lulu's I come across, but I'll definitely pick it up at the bins. And this one was a bins pickup for 99 cents. And so I picked this up again, even though it did take a year to sell. But I think I lowered the price to $50, and then it sold for 30% off for $35 shortly after lowering that price. So, and that, of course, all these 30% off sales on Poshmark are generated by Poshmark VA, which is a software my business could not live without, and one I would highly recommend. I mean, if we're talking about sales generation today and just increasing sales, if that's not something you're doing already, that's just an easy way to increase sales. I would highly recommend, especially entering, you know, this new year, we're in mid-January when you're watching now, you can get 2 weeks free. So in the rest of January, just trying out Poshmark VA, and it'll send offers to likers for you. It'll share your closet for you. You can also send offers on your whole closet, bulk offers. If you want to offload some older inventory too, because you can tell Poshmark VA, hey, if it's been listed longer than however many days, send an offer. It's just a really, really good sales generation tool, but I recommend it all the time. So if you're tired of hearing me talk about it, I'm very sorry. Or if you're like, I know, I use it. Stop talking about it. But yeah, that resulted in a profit of $24.99 and took 404 days to sell. So, okay, here is an item that took, again, like 1,225 days to sell. And because it was taking so long to sell, I just accepted a really low offer. I had this Louet. Louet is an in-house Nordstrom brand that retails for a lot, and it's really nice. It's a really nice workwear, especially type of clothing, but it just doesn't, I think I'm just done with this brand. Every time I pick it up, and I picked it up semi-recently at Goodwill too, like a silk dress, I cannot sell it. So this was a really cute sweater that I was just holding out. My price was too high. It was like, I think $100, and previously it was higher than that, I think. And so I lowered the price this time to $75. I was just really holding out for, I don't know, at least a $50 sale, because it's a really nice sweater. I think it's either a wool blend or it's 100% wool. But I've had it for so long that when I received a $30 offer, I just accepted it. It's just like, I can't keep doing this to myself. living in this delusion that this is gonna someday sell for good money. But I mean, I still made a profit of $18. It's not like I lost money. Just took 1,200 days to make $18. But yeah, Lulu is a brand I would recommend being very careful with. I'm sure there are certain styles out there that would be worth picking up, but generally it's just not high in demand. Gorgeous sweater though. That's the thing, they make really pretty pieces. Okay, so those were all my sales from last year, from 2023. And then this morning I woke up to several very good offers, and then it just kept continuing through the day. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales today on Poshmark, which used to be the norm, but now that's a really good day on Poshmark, so for me. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going into January. A lot of these, again, are just due to price drops and people sending very reasonable offers on my new price. So first we've got this Marina sequin lace dress. This is a formal wear brand that's sold at places like Nordstrom that sometimes is a really, really good pickup, and I will definitely pick it up at a Goodwill or especially the bins if it's the right piece. But this, I think, had a few flaws and it was a size small, but it's this long sleeve sequins gown, which I knew was going to do pretty well. I had a bunch of them actually, and several of them did really well, the larger sizes, because it is long sleeve. And especially like this time of year, people going to weddings and so forth, they're looking for long sleeve gowns a lot of times, especially if any portion, like I've been to outdoor weddings when it's cold, especially if any portion of the wedding is going to be outside or just events, etc. Anyway, so I had lowered the price of this one to $50 and woke up to an offer for $42. Very reasonable. So it resulted in a profit of $27.76. Did take 838 days to sell though. It's kind of a harder size to sell, but I mean, eventually did really well. I'm happy with the result. Marina is like a brand that's probably, it depends on the piece, but probably gonna result in a less than $100 sale. But the right price, the right size, the right style, definitely I consider picking up. Next is a new tag Lovers and Friends, which is an in-house Revolve brand. And this one I purchased a while ago for $21.88 and 787 days ago, and I just had it listed too high. I had it listed for I think like 100 and something, and so I lowered the price to 90, and then I woke up to an offer for 60, so I went ahead and accepted it. It's very cute, but in-house Revolve brands are definitely cooling off in terms of desirability for me as a reseller. Like, I'm definitely a lot more selective when it comes to in-house Revolve brands, and I've done a video on in-house Revolve brands, but Tularosa, Lovers and Friends, L'Academy, gosh, no, I'm blanking, but there are so many, NBD, there are so many. And I'm fairly familiar with them now, and there are certainly some pieces that are going to do really well. And of course, if I found it at like the bins or something like that, I would definitely pick it up. Paying up like $21 for a Lovers and Friends piece, even to a tag, I would be definitely hard pressed to do that, because, and I would be checking comps, but I'd also be taking into consideration, you know, how recently those comps sold, because, you know, a few years ago it just was in much higher demand. So think about that when you are checking comps, especially on pieces that aren't going to have a ton of available and sold data. And I'd definitely be looking at how many were listed and so forth. Okay, but it resulted in a profit of $26.12. So, you know, at the end of the day, not too bad. And then the next I had for 214 days, it's J. Jill. I think I almost picked up a J. Jill piece this weekend at the bins, and then I put it back after the condition wasn't great. But J. Jill is a brand I have very much kind of cooled off on, and I'm just hyper selective with. But this was a pair of new tag velvet pants in a size 16 petite. So it had a lot of things going for it. New tags, plus size, velvet. I thought it was going to sell really fast, actually. Anyways, I had it listed for $40. I I think maybe I had it listed for $45, which was probably just too high. And then I lowered the price to $40, and it sold with a Poshmark VA offer to Liker for $28 plus discounted shipping, like very shortly after lowering the price. So even just that $5 difference might have been the reason I generated a sale versus not. And because I got it at the bins for $1.06, my gross profit was $19.32, so that's really not too bad. My next sale was an in-house Revolve brand, but this is from a sample sale type of inventory. It was this Julian Dress, and it was in a slightly different colorway than the one that was produced. I previously had it listed for like way too high once again, probably at some point $100 plus, and then I think I had it at 90 and I just lowered it to 50 recently, and then someone sent me an offer for 25, and I've just had it for so long that, and once again, out with the old, in with the new. I'm just ready to see some of these things go. So I just accepted the offer today and was like, whatever. I've had it for 874 days. It's time to go. So it gave me a profit of $10.95. So I didn't lose money, and I am happy to free up that inventory space and fill it up with something else. I'm not a storage unit, although it seems like I am sometimes. All right, and then this is a good sale. I love selling this. Beyond the Bump, which is Beyond Yoga's maternity brand. I love selling maternity clothes. I think it's because I like being pregnant so much. But, oh, speaking of, do you guys like my sweater I got at the bins this past weekend? I washed it, don't worry. But it's basically, it has little ducks on it, which Billy likes. Billy loves ducks. So she likes pointing to it and saying duck, but it's like an oversized, like 100% cotton vintage sweater, which is essentially my pregnancy outfit. Okay, anyway, Beyond the Bump. I got these in a vlog. I'll link it up on the screen. Pretty sure I got it in a vlog or a recent thrift with me. And they are these Jogger Pants maternity in a size large. And I had them listed for $58, and someone sent me an offer for, I think it was $25, and I didn't want to sell it for $25. So then I countered $34, I think, which is 40% off of $58. And then they countered $30, and then I countered $32, and then they accepted it. So sold for $32, which is not bad. I think I could have probably got a little more for them, but they sold in after only 41 days. Really happy with that. And I spent, what was my cost of goods on these? $6.99. My profit was $18.61. So that's a really solid sale, and I'm happy with it, especially with that sell-through rate. Okay, and only one more sale, and this was actually a piece of inventory that I had but didn't have listed. So I have done listed a few of those already, and it was from my Free People liquidation inventory. It's this new tag commander shorts in a size 6. I have other ones of these listed in smaller sizes, but the size 6 I knew from having a bunch of them previously was going to sell much better. So it did, and it sold for full price. I had it listed at $40, and it sold today for $40, which is very cool. I'm very happy about that. I've technically had it in my inventory for 992 days, but it's only been listed for like less than a week. So, and it resulted in a gross profit of $20.66. Okay, so overall I had total sales of $746.44 and total profit of $467.70 shipped out today, which is good and about where I want to be. So happy with these sales and happy that we're starting out January on the right foot. When y'all are watching this video in the future, I hope I still feel as positively about January as I do now, but we will see. Let me know in the comments down below how your January is going, and maybe we can either commiserate or celebrate, you know, what is happening. But typically January is actually a pretty solid month for me reselling wise. I do need to focus on getting some active wear listed and so forth, but as you've seen, some formal wear is selling, and that tends to do actually pretty well from now until this, you know, end of spring. So that is comforting because I do have a lot of formal wear still and I love picking it up. I am going to end the video here. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this ship with me. I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, love y'all. Bye!